Trials week 7 just dropped. I'm currently rank 1 in my bracket. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I did to do that. I'll also tell you guys what I would suggest you do if you want to go for those 3 stars just for those blueprints. Beyond that, I'm gonna tell you guys how I plan to continue to maintain that rank 1 slot for the 2x rank up throughout the rest of the week. And there's not much more else to say. But welcome back to the channel. It's your friend Cal, aka Tickle Me Pink. Let's get into another Arc Raiders video. This video is rated T for Tickle Me Pink. Alright, starting it off with Destroy Ticks, Fireballs, and Pops. I would recommend you guys do this on Stella Montes. This is a great time for you to learn Stella Montes if you haven't already, or maybe make some money because there's so much money to be made on that map. Maybe work towards your 5 million towards getting all of your perks if you're going to go ahead and do the expedition. Obviously going on at nighttime so you can get 2x. I primarily farmed the Fireballs and Pops in the robotic sandbox. I would go get up high and I would trap the door, so maybe bring jolt mines or deployable covers, and you can shoot down from the windows. It's very safe and you can kill a tremendous amount of pops and fireballs. Then while I was waiting for them to respawn, I'd usually work my way over to rocket assembly and get up in the 3rd level generally and shoot all the pops and fireballs over in the rocket assembly and below that main building. If things were really slow, then I would work over to the business center. Just watch out in the business center. There are a tremendous amount of spawns. It's like kind of a PvP hotspot. So if you're just trying to do trials, you might want to avoid that area. In terms of weaponry, this applies to anyone. You can really use whatever you want, but I would really recommend the anvil. So an anvil with a suppressor. Stella Montes is a small map. They're going to hear the explosions of you actually killing the AI, but they won't know what gun or really have any other information to work with. The anvil will one-tap the fireballs, which is really nice, as well as the pops. And I like to bring an anvil splitter as well because the anvil splitter is an insanely strong attachment. It can actually one-tap people to the head from full health and full shield. And a lot of people don't know about that. I use that for the PvP elements, and then I would take it off to actually go ahead and kill those fireballs. If you guys want guaranteed raids with me where either I can coach you, help funnel you loot, or just about whatever, you want to have a great time with me and you want to help support the channel, you can also join my membership program down below. Thank you so much. Search supply drops. Now, whether you're going to 3-star this or you're going for points, you're going to want to go to Dam. Now, as always, I would recommend a Storm or a Night if you're 3-starring, or you're going for points just so you can get it done a little bit faster or obviously get even more points. And the reason we're going to be going to Dam is there are 22 supply drops. So I'm going to feature Metaforge's map right now on screen. They have great maps. If you guys are ever interested, I'll have them linked down below. But there are 22 supply drops in total here, and you don't need to call in the supply drops. You simply need to search the supply drops. So I'm going to be doing this solo and just running around as much as I can, trying to hit as many as I can. I'm going to bring a tremendous amount of smokes. I like to bring something like a renegade for this because you're going to be in primarily mid to long range engagements here, and it's quite good against AI. Other than that, I'd bring some deployable cover if you do find yourself in an engagement in the open, and a tremendous amount of ammo. But other than that, I would just try and avoid players, kind of get away from the flares after you call them. And if other people call these in, no big deal, just go up and search them and you'll still get those points, guys. Thanks to U4GM for sponsoring this video. If you're looking for any Arc Raider services, check out their link in the description down below. That includes things like pesky blueprints. They have over 20,000 good comments on Trustpilot. Make sure to use my discount code PINK for an extra 5% off. Now, if you want to get entered to win this 5090 Astral, go ahead and type in the comments, Best Arc Raiders Trials Guide Week 7. For damaging Wasps, guys, this one's, you guys know the drill on this one. Basically, just go climb on something tall. I would recommend going to Dam Battlegrounds, getting on top of the tower, and shooting all the wasps. Just make sure you clear out the entire pack so they respawn a little bit faster. And Osprey is going to be phenomenal for this. Just bring a full durability Osprey and you really don't need anything else. Beyond that, you could also do this on Spaceport by going and climbing on one of the towers. Really just pick your poison with this one. It's relatively simple. As always, I would recommend doing a night raid or a storm raid for the easy 2x points, whether you're 3-starring this or going for points. If you want to go for an insanely high score but you don't want to do an obnoxious snitch scan, I totally get that, and I'm right there with you. So try and look for the hidden bunker event. It should be live again relatively soon. It was removed temporarily. That was in my blueprints video if you guys saw that. But as always, you have 40 minutes on that map with a 2x modifier, and there's a tremendous amount of wasps flying around, so that is going to be your best bet. All right, damaging bastions. This one's a relatively simple 3-star. You're just going to go kill a bastion. That's basically it. Now, I found the hard fashion way. The deadline no longer one-shots the bastions, so hopefully that saves you guys a death. Plus, you're going to want to save those deadline mines for the last trial, but we'll get into that in just a minute. So for doing this, I would recommend you go to Spaceport. There's quite a few bastions on the map. I'll have have them all marked on screen right now. I would just utilize the catacombs, run around down low, and go from bastion to bastion. Blue Gate also has a few bastions, so you can choose to do that, but those are going to be the two ones that I would recommend you do, whether you're going for a 3-star or the most points. Now, the trick with these bastion ones particularly is you're going to want to kill them and get them on respawn as fast as possible if you're going for that 2x. I would recommend you guys bring a hole cracker and remove its armor, and then use something that's extremely high DPS. Now, the anvil splitter would work well for this as well because it gets increased crit spot damage. Or if you have something like an equalizer, you can bring that if you're big balling and you want to go for an insane rank 1 and get that double rank. That will be an excellent strategy, but I wouldn't drive yourself crazy on this one if you're trying to get a massive rank up. I think if you focus more on the wasps and the fireballs, you'll secure a higher slot. So if you're having a bad time with these bastions, do not trip. And make sure to utilize smokes against the bastions. They don't do well with smokes. You can also utilize showstoppers. The bastions can be quite deadly if you don't actually like play into their mechanics. If you guys are looking for anyone to actually run trials with, make sure to join the Discord down below. I'm always hanging out in there and I'm happy to help you guys with your trials. Damage the queen or the matriarch. So basically how I would do this and how I did do this is I'm going to go ahead and snap hook on top of the matriarch. I'm going to bust open the top plate and then I'm going to place deadlines. Now you can get 1 deadline per day. So if you do 2 deadlines, you can get around 6,000 damage to the matriarch if you plant it directly on its core. If you want to go for the most possible, bring 3 deadlines in your safe pouch, however many you're willing to risk, and go for it all in one raid. The only thing you need to know is Matriarch does have quite a bit less health than the queen. So if you want to go for the absolute max points, you can do the queen. However, the queen is going to be a little more challenging and you can get ganked a lot more. I tried running the equalizer and only hitting the core on the matriarch, and I got significantly less damage than just placing 2 deadline mines on that core. So it's a little bit risky. I gotta say, it's a lot of fun to actually snap hook on top of that sucker and place a mine on him. I would bring defibs as well, not just so you can res other raiders, but look out for your own interests. You don't want to use these deadline mines and just lose them. Give them to someone, repeat your name, let them see your skin, you say their name, you see their skin, and that is your ride or die. All right, you're going to utilize that so they defib you back in. I would try and utilize a survivor augment as well, so you're not bleeding to death out on the ground. In this way, you have the highest chance of being successful on actually completing this trial. The only other thing you really need to know is bring plenty of smokes. If you get engaged on the way there, you can break out of that PvP fight. And beyond that, just run straight to the matriarch and hit cover. And generally, everyone's going to be quite friendly. But when you're on the exterior or the perimeter of the map, a lot of people are going to be trying to gank you. So just keep that in mind. That rounds out how I'm doing my trial so far and how I got rank 1. Make sure you're entering that 50/90 giveaway down below. And let me know what else you want to see in these trials videos, or if you like the format as it is. I'm just trying to experiment right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you haven't seen my ultimate weapon tier list, I'll have that on screen right now. Peace out, guys.